So for this problem, I'd like to talk about the domain and range. Now the domain of a graph is all x values the graph contains, and the range is all of the y values it contains. So if we look at this example, and we want to find the domain and range of the graph, all we have to do is look at every x value contained in the graph to find the domain, and every y value contained to find the range. So if we were to try this out, looking at the domain, we look to our lowest value first. The lowest value on the graph is right about here at this -2. But the graph doesn't actually contain it. It's an open dot. We still want to show that we're going all the way down to -2, but we're not actually reaching it, so we put -2 with a parenthesis. And now we continue all the way through the graph. All of our x values are included. We're not worried about how it's dipping down or going up. We're only thinking about left and right. So in terms of left and right, every x value is included all the way to this arrow, which goes to the right and up. That means it'll never stop going to the right or going up. So we include everything to positive infinity on the x-axis. So our domain is -2 to positive infinity. Now let's do the same thing with the range. But remember, the range is all the y values. So when we start with our lowest value, we're actually starting down here. Down here we have a y value of about -1. But this is included because the line is solid. If there were an open dot here, then we would put a parenthesis. But because it is a solid line, we put a bracket to show it is included. And now the graph goes up in two directions. When we go up this way, it goes all the way up to positive infinity. When we go up this way, it stops at about +2. You might be tempted to put a break in the interval and say -1 to +2, and then +2 to infinity with a union symbol. That's not necessary though, because we just want to include any y value that's included. In either case, the y values are included here. Even if they stop being included here, it doesn't matter. It just matters that they're included over here. So we go all the way to positive infinity and put a parenthesis because we always put a parenthesis with infinity. So the domain and range are from -2 to infinity for the domain and -1 to infinity for the range.